Hey guys, my name is James Walsh, and you are listening to the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. I want to thank you for finding us. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. If you get the chance on this video, click the like button. If you do, it'll turn blue. Check it out. Also, check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for all this great content available in MP3 format, our online store that'll keep us going free and clear, daily news updates, as well as all the information from the history of professional wrestling you could possibly ever want. Check out WrestlingEpicenter.com online right now. Without any delay, let's get to your interview here on the Wrestling Epicenter.
Welcome back to WrestlingEpicenter.com and the interactive interview, as we're now being joined on the Newsmaker line by 80s pop star Tiffany. Tiffany, I got to tell you, when I started doing this site about 6 years ago, I never thought I'd have you on the program.
Oh, well, you know, I'm always changing, always doing different stuff. This has been a great experience for me. So it's an honor to be, on your program and also, just kind of be in the world of wrestling a little bit. It was such a great experience.
It was a brief experience, though. I mean, you came on the show, and a lot of people were surprised to see you do something that is considered to be such a physical game. What made you decide to get involved in this project?
Well, I mean, I think, simply put, Hulk Hogan, really. I'm a big fan, and my stepdad and I grew up kind of not really getting along with him, but the one thing that we had in common was wrestling, and we were big Hulk Hogan fans. So he used to take me down to the Forum and take me to all the shows, the wrestling shows and stuff. And, on those nights, he was the coolest guy in the world.
So how was it actually? Have you met him before this, or was this the first time you met Hulk?
Well, this was the first time I had met Hulk Hogan, and it was really, really nice because I got to take my dad on set, and he got to meet Hulk Hogan, and he's just a wonderful man, and my dad was really impressed. So that's really what spawned me to want to get involved with the show. I'm a wrestling fan, and it looked like a lot of fun. I mean, I always like to do stuff that's a little more tomboy, associated a little bit. So, and Aaron Hayden and Mickey Deering, and I knew a couple of the girls that might be on the show, but the guys I wasn't aware. So it was really a treat to get there and see Todd and to see Danny Bonaduce. I never worked with these people before, and a little intimidating, but it was great.
I got to tell you, we had a couple of your co-stars on. We actually tried to get you on with the same show as Aaron Murphy, but we had a little bit of scheduling conflict, so we got you on now. We had Frank Stallone on, and he liked you, and so did Aaron Murphy, but Frank was certainly very critical of the show. Very opinionated man. Well, let me ask you this. What did you think of working in front of the crowd, and what did you make of the live audience? Were they, as he put it, like Ethiopians, or were they actually a good crowd to be in front of?
No, I thought they were a good crowd to be in front of. I mean, it was one of those things where you learn the moves, you did the routine, and then all of a sudden there's all these people out there. And it was like, for me as an entertainer, it was like a show, Obviously you get nervous and you're going through in your mind all the different moves and stuff and the attitude that you're going to sell and, go in there and do what you got to do. So it was very challenging for me. It was really exciting. I found it, the adrenaline was going, and I just found it a lot of fun, to be honest with you.
Now, it's a good thing for somebody who's like yourself, who's trying to get a little bit of attention, maybe for your music career and things like that, to do these kind of reality shows. So let me ask you this. How is the music career going? I know you got a new CD coming out with some unreleased tracks, which I believe is called Mimi's Kitchen.
Yeah, I did and I kind of just did this tribute to my grandmother. It sounds kind of goofy, but she passed away about 2 years ago. And, just kind of going through family memorabilia. My family in the last couple of years has been kind of crazy and changing, and people coming and going, and unfortunately people passing away. And so it was really a time of reflection for me. And I ended up finding all these demo tapes from when I was a little girl starting off in country music, which a lot of people don't know. That's where I started out at. And I thought the demos were pretty good. I mean, they're professionally recorded, but I was like 9, 10, 12 at the time I recorded them, and I really just thought my fans would get a kick out of it. So I put the compilation together as well as some of the new demo recordings that I've been working on, and kind of like a collector's edition a little bit. So that's out there right now. And I have a single called Just Another Day out, which is totally different, a dance single. I do a lot of clubs. I'm out almost every weekend doing different clubs and shows. And so, I just really love writing and collaborating with different producers and different writers. And I'm really happy with a lot of the dance stuff that's out right now. It's really challenging. It's exciting for me. I think right now in my career, I just kind of do things that I really feel like would be fun, and I could learn something or have a good time or meet new people, So I feel blessed to be able to do work and make a living in the industry, but also have a good time, and make good friends. And when you can do both, it's really great.
Now, maybe I have bad hearing, maybe I heard the guy wrong, but it sounded like your last appearance at Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling, the ring announcer announced you as the punk sensation. Now, did you consider yourself punk rock, or are you more pop?
No, I'm pop. I mean, I love punk. I'm a big Sex Pistols fan, but I have to say, no, I'm not punk. I haven't really dived into that area yet, but and I don't really think that I really qualify for that.
I wouldn't say so. That's why I was kind of surprised to hear him say that.
I love punk music. It's so funny because as you were saying that to me, it kind of took me back a second because I envisioned myself driving up to my son's Christian school blaring the Sex Pistols, which I used to do all the time. So he was horrified, but and I ended up just kind of doing some stuff here in LA with a couple different punk bands just as a jam session, but no, I'm a pop singer. That's my gig.
Now, we actually have a question, and it came in from the UK from one of our loyal listeners. His name is DJ Dub on the forums, and he says that you were scheduled earlier this year to appear at several Chicago rock cafes in the UK, and he says that you never ended up coming over, and he wanted to know, were they false advertising you, or what happened there?
No, they weren't false advertising me. If you look at my history within the music industry, I never not make my shows or anything like that. And this was really one of those circumstances that I left it in promoters' hands, which is technically what you do. And they didn't work out any visas for me. So you can't go into another country and work without visas. And basically, I couldn't go.
Oh, boy.
So it was really ugly and really bad, but I'm scheduled to go back over in February with real documentation and visas and, be legit and go and see my fans and do my shows. So it was a learning experience for me. I've really never been in that situation before. And, really, I think it with all the stuff that's going on in the world today, it really was a matter of them kind of changing the goalposts on visas at that time. And people didn't expect it. So it caused a problem with me being able to travel.
Oh, believe me, my wife came from the UK, and believe me, I know all about the visa process and how complicated that can be.
Yeah, sometimes being a celebrity, you still can't, when it comes to government stuff, you just really can't shake the rules a little bit. So, it was really unfortunate, but we had to postpone and reschedule. So I'll be going over in February.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear that, actually. He was saying to me that he was looking forward to seeing you, and he was kind of disappointed that it didn't work out. So I'm sure he'll be glad to see you.
I was really bummed. I had a lot of plans out there, and I've spent a lot of time in the UK, and I married an English guy, and so we were looking forward to, on a separate note, going over there and spending time with some family and some friends, and just really having a good time over there, and it was a bummer. So again, we're looking forward in February. Got a lot of plans and a lot of great shows planned, and even more shows planned than actually the first part of the tour. So I guess sometimes you have to look back and go, well, I guess maybe it wasn't meant to be, and this one's looking like it's going to be even better than we had hoped for. So that's great.
Now, unfortunately, schedules didn't really work out for my co-host, but he would kill me if I didn't ask you this question, because he was very excited about talking to the voice of Judy Jetson. So how did that come about? And because I know that they had an original voice from the cartoon, and then you kind of were the celebrity fill-in.
Well, again, opportunities just come, and I'm just really a kind of person that I'm very thankful if people will give me the opportunity to do different stuff within the music industry. First and foremost, I'm a singer, and that's what I want to do. But, you know, I've also done some acting stuff and some hosting stuff and now some voiceover stuff. So I'm just always looking for new challenges, things, again, that will interest me. And when I was asked to do the voiceover for Judy Jetson, I'm a big Jetsons fan as well. So it was great. And having two younger sisters, you know, they thought their older sister was really cool. So that was great. You know, I mean, I really am just a hometown girl that is really inspired and kind of, I don't know, influenced by, you know, things that my friends and family think that would be great and how it would make them feel. And so, you know, I knew that would be really a great thing for my sisters and to have their older sister a part of it. And working with Hanna-Barbera and to sit there with them and be privately coached by them was amazing. That was a great opportunity.
Now, you always had such a very wholesome image, and you kind of stepped away out of that when you did, I'm sure you get asked this all the time, I'm probably tired of talking about it, when you did Playboy. Now, knowing what you know now, as you have still posed?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. For many reasons, I have to say, you know, again, breaking that image because I was out, you know, on successful tours, selling out venues, getting great reports on my record, The Color of Silence. And, you know, but people were still scared because it was a Tiffany record. It was the mall girl. It was that whole image. And that's really frustrating because that was a time. I mean, obviously now I'm older and I've grown up and so much has happened and I'm a mom and a wife. And as a musician, it's kind of like you run out of patience a little bit with people to say, you know, gosh, I mean, I've really grown up. I mean, listen to me, I'm a songwriter and stuff. And to be validated on that album, but yet being held back from it being completely successful because of my name was really frustrating. And coming back home and being offered to do Playboy, I was like, there was that rebellious side of me, definitely. I was like, you know, sure, that'll definitely change their image. But also I have to say that at the time I was going through a separation and then a divorce. And as a woman being married for a long time and having a baby, you know, it's scary when you're faced with being out there and dating again and your confidence and all the things that go about it. And so for me as a woman, it definitely was encouraging and definitely a great esteem booster to be on the pages of Playboy. And to be considered for, you know, the pages of Playboy. So it was really great.
Now, like I mentioned, we also do a rock and roll website. We were kind of more towards the heavier side, maybe a little bit metal. Actually, it's called Metal Epicenter. But we wanted to ask you kind of a question we ask every musical guest we have on. Now, you're obviously best known for, I think, Roll On Now. That's probably going to be the closer for your concerts forever. But does it bother you? Does it bother you when you go out there and you release a record that really has some incredible music on it, and despite you pouring your heart and soul into it, maybe it doesn't get the attention that it would have if it was released 15, 20 years ago?
Well, I mean, it does bother me. But I have to say, you know, I mean, musically in the industry, so much has changed. And you have a lot of liberation as a independent artist now that you can get things into your fans' hands and you can go out on tour and get kind of instant gratification based on your, you know, the response to your music. But when it comes to, you know, things like radio and all, and that big machine, you know, kind of the corporate machine, it is harder. And you're kind of in their hands a little bit. You know, you have to be signed and you have to kind of do the whole loop kind of thing. And for many years, I really haven't really wanted to do that. I've been working with independent companies or smaller labels, for various reasons and various experiences that I had within the music industry. But I have to say now, you know, it's very hard because a lot of times small labels aren't really on the up and up and they're not legit, and you kind of take people's word, and the music industry isn't really usually known for its handshake and word and trust and stuff like that. But you know, when you're doing business, you just kind of have to wing it and have faith. And the last couple of projects, you know, I've really been let down. They've been really great. Response and critics have been really wonderful. to me, but I've had higher expectations. So this year is different. You know, I'm going to be working with a lot of great producers and just kind of put stuff together on my own dime. And it'll get out there to the fans no matter what. I'm hoping that it will be with a major label at this point because at this point I'm willing to relinquish a little bit of control and just kind of go, okay, you guys just do what you do, and that's what you do. But at least I know it's real, and at some point we'll get out there.
All right. Well, we're only going to ask you a couple more questions, but we can't thank you enough for spending this time with us. Now, obviously, Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling is wrapping up just tomorrow night, and I see that all the what they're calling the jabronis are making their appearances back on the program. So what can we expect to see from you tomorrow night?
Well, you know, again, I wanted definitely to come back, so I was thrilled to be back. And I mean, I was really shocked when I was voted off first because out of a lot of the girls, except for Erin, who's a doll and a dream, and like I said, Nikki's a friend of mine, and so is Trishelle, but a lot of times they just really, I think if you've watched the show, they just really didn't want to do certain things.
Right.
And, you know, I kind of showed up and was like, I don't know, set me on fire, do whatever you want to do with me. I'm just here to have a good time. So I think you'll see that in the last episode. You know, I just kind of was there to have a good time, learn some more stuff. I mean, I really felt that it was just an honor to be in the company of people that were training me in something that is not really my career, but it is other people's career, and it is serious. And I think it really was a chance to dive into somebody else's life and learn somebody else's art form. And so, you know, I really loved all the moves that I learned, and I'm very proud of them. And I think the last episode you're going to see us take a little bit more chances. And I think, you know, we did a good job. I think it was really great to come back, and I think it was a strong finish.
Excellent, excellent. And we can see that tomorrow night on CMT. And where could fans find out more about Tiffany and keep up to date?
Well, you can go to MySpace, or you can go to tiffanymusic.com. You know, I'm always out on the road after the holidays. I'm taking a little time off. I have some family situations going on right now. So, you know, life is always changing, and I'm going to just take a deep breath, and then after the first year, kind of hit the road again. So I'll be out there touring, and new album to come, hopefully summertime is what I'm expecting it to come out. So I'm excited about that.
Excellent. Well, like you said, I never ever thought in my wildest dreams that on a wrestling show I'd be having Tiffany on the program. I remember watching you on. They actually parodied you a little bit on Full House, so it was great to go through my childhood and obviously childhood of the 80s, and great to speak to you. And thank you again for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All righty. Before I let you go, can I ask one little favor?
Sure.
Would you mind giving us a liner, basically just saying, this is Tiffany and you're in the epicenter? Let me repeat that. This is Tiffany and you're in the epicenter, or give it your spin if you want to do, whatever you want to do with it.
Sure.
All righty. And I'll count you down in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, this is Tiffany and you're in the epicenter.
Excellent. Thanks so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's James Walsh here from the Wrestling Epicenter. I'd like to thank you for finding us here on YouTube. If you get the opportunity, please click that subscribe button, as well as the notifications bell. This way, anytime that we upload any new content or new-to-you content from our archives dating back to 2002, you'll be notified. You can check out what we're up to. Please also check out www.wrestlingepicenter.com for all your wrestling news and information needs, as well as check out our store to keep us running free and clear. Without any further delay, let's get to why you're here. Thanks for checking out Wrestling Epicenter on YouTube.